Nerdsy, is you ready?
Yup. You're.
Delpesh, is you ready?
Oh yeah.
I said, oh yeah, that's okay. In a world where some Caribbean people will not want to know how to get to Sesame Street, this is The Vent. I'm your host, Jay Hunterville. We got the Nerdsy here. Don't mind the voice. She's out here. We got Delpesh here. Oh, all right, yo. How are you guys doing, yo? How are you guys doing?
Recovering. Recovering. As they say, health is wealth. Couldn't move for a hot moment. Was definitely doing the robot.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you sound like you could do one of those New York Joe raps. Those New York Jacks say, come back, 4, 5, and this is that. You know, those people just, it's like, you don't sound like that in real life.
I can't.
You know?
Maybe. Give me some bars. Maybe I'll try.
Okay.
You got the Glorilla voice right now.
Hey.
Nah,
Actually, Glorilla's a little bit deeper. It's a little deeper still.
People are so mean.
A lot of testosterone.
People are so mean to Glorilla, man. People
just
are mean.
A deep, naturally deep, raspy voice. Yes.
So I think. What's your diet? Okay.
Delpesh, how you doing there, sir?
Oh wait. Bro, this is the wrong show for this, so I'm just gonna pull this shirt up. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I don't know about other places, but there's a reason I'm leaving other places because I don't know what type of time they're on. Like I said to Z earlier, I'm searching. Because
searching.
Yes, yes.
Searching. Sorry.
There's a lot of stupid people in charge that they don't know what they're doing, and I'm not gonna get hit in the Titanic. And I'll leave it like that.
You go jump the ship.
Yo, I got the life vest right now.
You didn't pull the inflator part yet?
The inflator's not pulled yet.
You're not supposed to pull it, technically. You're not supposed to pull it until you're like out the water.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't pulled it yet. So that means he's not jumped off yet to be like...
But I see my boat. I'm at the dock right now lowering the boat. And it's on water, but I haven't like let go of the clamp. Yeah, man, and when that time is coming, it's going to be like...
That's gonna be cold water though. When you think about it,
it's for the best for me. It's
rather be in cold water than
it's for the
Okay, I hear you. How am I doing? I guess I'm alright. I've been working. That's all I gotta say. I don't have time to have fun.
Damn, that's sad.
I've been working with shit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, yo, just trying to figure it out. Like, there's so much. Like, I'm glad for the opportunity because a lot of people don't. I'm thankful that it can work, but man, it is. Sometimes I wonder if this community, this like city or whatever, it's like they want people to work to live and not live to work or something like that. I just feel like it's like a weird like.
I was reading about that this weekend. I think there's a TikTok. Not a TikToker, but she was on TikTok and she's saying like, yo, I wake up in the morning, I do my 9 to 5. I don't have time to like hang out with my friends. I don't have time to do activities and stuff like that. And then I go home, shower, sleep, you do it again. It's Saturday, and you're like, what happened?
Like, I think about it. Like, I'm like, okay, if we do like a 10-hour, 40-hour work week, right?
Yeah.
Some companies, they can't do that. They can't. Like, they need people working on weekends. There's a lot of things I'm thinking about lately, and I'm just like, I'm not trying to, sell a scam. I'm just trying to, like, figure out a better system, cost of living in life. Maybe it's one of those things I got to work hard now, and then I'm doing good later. But, you know what? Sometimes it's just purpose right now. Like, even, like, I'm watching, like, I saw like Twitch the other day. Kai Cenat they're doing 7 days
in jail.
In jail. With stream. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how much money they're paying to do that. But
okay, this may be okay about that subject. Okay, don't you find it strange that he's number one Twitch streamer is doing a 7-day stream in jail?
But it's not even like a 60 days in where you're dealing with the real thing.
Yeah,
like you can still stream.
Yeah.
And
why is that your selling point?
Yeah, that's the yeah.
I watched
as
a little bit of it. Yeah,
you know,
and I watched it, and I'm like, I like what he's doing in the sense of like motivation people, and like he's doing like little motivations, talking to people and whatever.
In what way?
In jail, like saying that, you know, like he was doing some type of motivational speech to the guys in jail.
Why?
Because like they might come out and do better things in life, or you know, this is not your end. Because sometimes, you know, when you hear people go to jail,
right,
that's what they needed to like change their ways. Mm-hmm. Sometimes just going in jail and saying like, I am not going back in there. That's what they need to change. And then when they come, they're like, a lot of people like in the trades I've seen too, like they came from some cases or situations.
Right.
And you know, this is their opportunity. They're going to take it and do better. And they do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
just find it strange. Like, it's just like,
that he's doing it.
Right.
From jail. Why wasn't he doing the motivational stuff outside before?
He probably was too. That's the thing. I think he was. Damn if the way I see it sometimes when it comes to these type of situations, it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like if you like, let's say he did like a turkey drive. It's like, why you gave that people turkey? Why didn't you give me turkeys? What type of turkeys are these? They're not big. They're not this. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you can never win sometimes, but I mean, at least you can try. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the purpose is, but I seen it and I'm like, that's quite interesting. Mm-hmm. And LLE Chop was in there and all that stuff. And then here's the problem. I'm being a hypocrite because I can't say it's a bad thing because I do watch 60 Days In.
Right.
And when I watch those things, I'm like, oh, they're about to get busy on here. They don't get super busy, but like that man took that guy's snacks and he wants his snacks back. They got to go into the jail cell and start fighting. Is this how it really goes down? You know what I mean?
Like, okay. Is it like an educational thing he's doing? Like as a layer, like one layer?
Maybe it's to show that, hey, this is why you should not be in there. But, I mean, PSA. Yeah, but at the same time.
Image is important. Like when you have an image like that, it's like, why is the number one streamer doing that though?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody has their own purpose. And I think just
like
maybe.
He doesn't have to do that.
He doesn't have to, but like. Some people just do it to show the impact, I guess. Like, I'm not, like, caping. I don't know what they do, but, like, right. It's interesting to see that people, like, hey, you took the step to do it. That's fine. You're, like, I don't know. It's interesting to see, though.
Why couldn't he just be a surgeon for a week?
See, and when you start saying things out loud, then you start to thinking. And when you start
to surgeon thinking, for a week.
Yeah.
But, like, that's not something you just get into.
So you just get into jail? Like,
well, I mean, if you think about the system. Hold on. Do you see what I'm saying? No, but hold on. Time out. Scoop. Time out.
Oh, what y'all talk about, man?
Hold on. Surgeon is like, no, not everybody can just walk in the table and just do surgery.
Well, speaking of which, in Toronto, we need way more family doctors and doctors in general.
We need doctors that are available.
Yes, that too. Yeah.
Trust me.
So you doctors coming in like I remember back in the day, I used to go to the doctor and he was there.
He was actually
he was there. Now you got to set an appointment for a doctor. I'm like 2 weeks time. You're like, wait, I'm gonna die.
Right. Yeah.
I could die, and then I'm gonna go to emergency, and then you want to get mad if someone goes into a walk-in.
Which they've been pulling those back. Like walk-ins, they just...
But there's some wicked walk-ins that like, yo, I found a walk-in the other day that you could do everything in there. Your x-ray, your scanning, all in one place. And you want to get mad because you're telling me to take an exam and testing and screening and all that stuff 3 weeks and you got to send me a referral?
Sounds like privatization versus public, but...
But the walk-in had everything. And you're telling me if you
But did you have to pay for the walk-in?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a proper place. Everything is there.
Right.
And these guys are giving me the runaround. The doctors, like, I don't understand, like, why is that a thing? Like, why is that, like, it has to make some type of sense.
Right.
Is it because the doctors has to bounce around to do doctor work everywhere? And that's the case. Why?
Shortage.
What about the people that come abroad and they're working in a warehouse and they have a doctor's degree? Isn't there a way that they could come here for a year, show their stuff?
Yeah,
Not unlike people, but like, you never know. I feel like there's some people that learn and know a lot.
they have to do an examination.
Examination, yeah.
And why is that so hard for them to get into?
Because you have to pay for it.
That's not okay. If you did the... But I guess the quality and standards and practices and all that stuff.
You're in a different space.
And I don't know if, and sometimes I wonder, I don't know if you want to help me. I feel you just want to give me a pill.
Yo, so Z said that earlier today.
And I think, guys, you got to start being healthy. Because I read some the other days that, hey, these doctors nowadays are cheating on their tests.
That's
And they're going to be the future doctors.
They've also been saying that a lot of doctors are being bought out from pharmacists for like pharmaceutical drugs. So they're just fulfilling the quotas of buying a drug.
Look how they flipped the script on Ozempic. Ozempic was made for like people with diabetes, and they said weight loss thing.
AKA the bobbleheads. Please get off those.
No,
those are dangerous, yo.
I don't know how dangerous they are, but I just
they're
know.
like
I know you can't do surgery if you took it at a certain time. You can't do any type of surgery, or you can't do a surgery like 3 or 2 months because they like, I don't know,
really
shock your
wow.
body.
I know it holds in your what you eat for a while. For
it cuts your appetite.
It cuts your appetite, yeah, but it cuts it in a way where it just makes your appetite. It makes things taste gross.
Yeah, I heard if you eat fried chicken, you'll get like explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, because it's like any favorite food.
I felt like that's racist. That is racist.
Wow.
That is racist. You're telling me I take an Ozempic and I eat like a nice chicken? Oh! Them type of washroom when your goosebumps on your them type. Woo! Nah, I don't think that's okay.
Yeah, it's so wrong. Why would you even say that when black people don't eat fried chicken?
Oh, I forgot. Jeez.
Because
whoops.
Okay.
Oh, golly.
Yeah.
Oh, who am I to say that,
Yeah.
man? Sorry for following with a stereotype.
You brought up a
guys.
good point. Just to bring it back to Kai, like before we do our segment, like like a 7-day, like, oh, let's do a hospital mock-up thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like why not that? Or a classroom. Or a farm. You could have been in a farm for 7
It's a little
days.
too close to slavery still.
A farm
Whoa.
I feel like
with
it's-
agriculture.
I
You see what I'm saying?
I see it.
Like, yes,
I see it.
I would love to do
But
farming.
this,
teach people how to farm,
but this isn't giving you pipeline.
But at the same time, at the U.S., but ooh, you may be right on something. This is a sound. But at the same time,
Hold on.
in the U.S., I don't think they want people to learn how to plant their own crops.
And that's the point.
What do you think chemtrails are made for?
Why wouldn't why wouldn't he be the best representation to be on a farm for agriculture?
That's not what we don't want you guys to grow anything. It's a weed.
That's wild.
And you can't even control that.
Right?
You can't even
Like,
control that.
that seems weird to me.
It is weird.
But a jail cell? Being
Now, see-
an inmate?
But there has to be
Now
a
that I'm
reason.
questioning it more, I'm like,
There
that's
has
a
to be a
little.
reason, man.
Weird.
It's a little.
It is rough. Because sometimes it looks entertaining in there.
You see.
And that is scary.
But then that's the part where I'm saying, so
That's scary.
if that seems entertaining to be in jail, doesn't that sound like propaganda for pipeline?
Well, for these younger youths, I don't want to be to jail. I don't want to go to jail.
But that's
I know
what I'm
jail is.
saying. But younger people don't know better. It's their impression.
And these younger kids are really, you know what?
What doesn't the farm look a little bit better now?
Or
Yes.
or surgeon.
Or a surgeon?
Don't put people in the surgeon so early. You want to see like
I want to see a young
trade.
cops.
Put him in a trade. Trade.
Okay,
cool.
Trade. That's blessed. Okay, trade.
Yeah.
Something that it's a skill that you can learn in the
Wait.
time.
Why not a surgeon?
Because you can't just have a streamer doing open heart surgery or doing any type of surgery.
But we don't know what his
but
medical
it's
background and profession is.
No. It's like
You know what?
It's like a mock-up. It's not really.
Yeah.
Okay, so like fake operation type
It's, no,
thing.
it's not a real thing.
Okay, that's fine.
But
If he had the dummies there and he had to learn how to get into the intestines and whatever, yeah, why not?
Because you see the image on TV, which is why image is important.
It is.
If you're looking at someone doing like the number one streamer doing surgery, then it's an influence thing. Influence, yes.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, hey, I can learn,
the youthful-
go to medical school.
Yeah.
And if they have a lot of black people in medical school, woo,
Which is a lot. There's a lot. For those who don't know, there's a lot in the States.
there's a lot. But like if there's like a influx, they're not gonna, hey.
Or what, like you said, construction workers, tradesmen, or like you said, farming.
Farmer, agriculture.
The jail thing's weird still.
It's weird.
It's a little
You
weird
have a point.
still.
You have a point. I just watched it and I didn't watch it, but I looked at them like, oh, that's interesting. But the one part I saw was them, he was like talking to the guys in there, motivating and doing like this motivational conversation. But I understand,
what the content
and that's the thing. It's kind of, now you guys make me think, because I've seen people do that, but not in the jail suit.
Exactly.
But then at the same time, they can be looking at you like, you ain't doing time with me. So who am I to relate to you when you're out here? You get to leave after this. But at the same time, they get to leave after. You know what? It's a very double-edged sword, I'll say.
Let us know in the comments about that. That's a very.
I'm staying on my stance.
Can I tell you?
You know what? And I agree with your stance.
Because in the top 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wouldn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
I could put
And who is top 2, 3,
says who?
or
Says
4,
who?
5?
And a jail thing? I don't know, man. Hold on.
Some of these people are doing worse.
You're a top influencer.
Some of these guys are doing worse.
So what would be the
To be
worst?
fair, that's true.
Some of these people are doing worse. They're going in jail. They're neo-Naziing them something there and all them.
Actual sex?
Like
this-
some.
That's not harming nobody.
No. Well, because of the audience range, they can't just do that still. They can't do that.
But let's talk about some things that we should not be doing. Well, allegedly there's a list. Let's talk about this list.
Oh, you're talking about for men? But where
Yes,
to not take?
A list that a certain group of women, because we can't say all women.
Of
guys.
course, a certain group.
I love doing this, saying that a certain group, because I don't like generalizing people. I used to generalize people a lot of the time, but I don't think it's a good idea to do so anymore, because I was told that it's not a good idea to do so.
It's not.
Even though there's a lot of people that generalize us, and when I say us, I mean a black man. But let's do this. Places. This is a woman made a list of places to not take her on the first date. I was gonna ask you guys how you guys feel about it, but let's get to it.
I honestly never looked at it, but
All right.
let's hear.
All right, here we go. First one. Can you guys guess the first one?
Based on that video, I feel it's Cheesecake Factory.
Yes, ding, ding, ding. That is number one.
What's wrong with Cheesecake Factory?
Let me ask you, Nerdsy, because you are the woman in this room. Cheesecake Factory. Good
It's
thing?
good.
Okay.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah,
Thumbs up.
I like their bread.
Is it the pumpernickel bread? I didn't say that word. I said nickel. Pumpernickel bread.
The bread is nice. It's hot.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Alright.
Cheesecake is
The bread is hot. Okay.
It's nice.
The bread is hot.
When you put the butter on it,
It could go on. And I that certain group that made this, I just wonder if you'd like to. Anyway, we'll talk about this when we put this all down, because I don't want to make these assumptions.
Number 2.
Applebee's.
I've never been, so I don't know.
Okay.
Nah, that's thumbs down still.
I don't know about Applebee's because that's American. 3, Chili's.
Never been, so I don't know.
Okay. 4, Chipotle.
As a first date,
First date, that's wild still.
I don't think Chipotle, because you know what's funny?
you guys are gonna be standing there like you're in the cafeteria
I've
at
seen-
lunchtime.
Shout out to Extra
It's
Gravy.
it's a cafeteria type of vibe. That's so.
Catch the joke. Shout out to Extra Gravy. I seen them talk about Chipotle almost broke up their whole damn podcast. I'm joking. But yo, they were arguing like, is Chipotle a good thing or a bad thing? You know what I mean? And they're going back and forth. It was funny. It was the funniest banter I've seen for Chipotle.
Chipotle's bad. Yeah.
I
Chipotle's
don't
bad.
like it, but I don't hate it neither.
I feel like that's something that you do when you know the person, or like a business thing.
But like, for that to even be an option, I don't think it ever should be.
Not for first date. No.
Like, Chipotle tastes like, you know when you eat Chipotle sometime? It tastes like...
Or if you're a teen.
I want the fake stuff.
Oh, you're saying it's too fresh.
It's way too fresh.
Crazy.
You're eating this and I'm like, I want Taco Bell.
I don't know about you. But
Not even a food truck.
Or I want my own. I could go buy Odell Paso kit and make something better than
That's
Odell
Paso.
Okay, what's number 5, please? Let's go.
Yo,
Olive Garden. Hey, bada oh, that's Eastside Mario, sorry.
Olive Garden.
Eastside Mario's, yes.
I've been there. I don't remember the experience, but okay.
Do you think that's good for a first date though?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Don't know.
6, the movies.
Nah,
No,
Honestly,
you don't even get to talk.
you don't get to talk.
Yeah.
You don't build the eye contact.
Yeah.
She just wants to watch a movie and just, you know, you don't even get to talk.
You don't even.
Would you get to talk before the movie and after the
After.
movie?
After the movie.
How's the movie? It was good.
But
yeah,
I mean,
that's what do you?
I mean, you can have a conversation,
as a first date,
but like you go in a Marvel movie with a girl that doesn't know Marvel, that's kind of horror. So when Batman's supposed to come, it's like,
so that was actually what I was gonna say. If you guys actually were enjoying a movie that you wanted to both see,
okay.
then yeah, that's
good.
fine,
you
right?
have a
Like you guys are
conversation.
both talking about it. Like,
I say like dinner movie.
yes.
Dinner movie. Yeah, you can't have like movie just by itself. Like, oh, let's go to a
Right.
movie on a first date. Like, no.
Let me
Yeah.
take you to the movie.
Because then also,
Sade. Let me
does
take-
this also exclude a drive-in movie?
Now,
Oh,
ooh,
Drive-in is
Right.
Ooh, drive-in.
Because
If
a
it's-
drive-in movie, I think, is nice for a first date.
Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah. Drive-in because you're physically together. You know.
Yeah.
You're building. Yeah.
No, I think that'd be blessed because
yo.
you can order your own food and bring it over.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, that might work. That might work. If you get comfortable. 7, your house. I can agree. You can't just have people bring it up to your house for the first date. Oh yeah, just come over.
If you're, I mean, no. If you're like,
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
it's in people's. Okay, that's in the back of people's minds, but we don't really think about that.
No, we need to think about it.
No,
Have
but
you
we
watched
need
out
to
of
think about it.
you and all those other like crazy serial
Thank
killer?
you.
Yeah, you go on the first date with Tyler
What's his
from
name?
Whole
Or
Foods.
even-
You gonna
or
get chained
even-
up.
Even the Tinder guy, that Tinder guy who would be like asking people to like sleep over at their house for a first date, and he comes to their home. He's like, "Oh, I just need to sleep over or whatever," and then lo and behold, he's actually unraveling his body bag for the girl.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's-
That's not good.
I was just thinking more like, hey, I can throw it on in the kitchen. Come to my place. You cook them dinner,
It's cute.
wine,
It's
dessert.
cute.
What if you can't cook?
It's cute.
What if it's not her liking to cook?
Then you can't. Next one. You can't recommend that. Like you can't.
I
And-
feel like not in your house. If you had like a rooftop patio, sure.
Any fast food chain
Any fast food chain.
for the first date?
See, but men be like making the biggest jokes about like, oh, you know, if you want to get a real girl, take her to McDonald's.
I mean,
It's very disturbing.
the fact that your voice can actually like sound like it because it's all ras. It's kind of that's kind of scary.
Weird.
Yeah. Whoa.
Before I came here, if I was in the dark and I heard that, I'd be like, nah, the pod's canceled. I'm going back home. You're not gonna get me.
Yeah.
Tell you that. You're not gonna fight
Like,
me.
what do you identify as? But
Any
any fast food chains.
No,
nah.
Even though when they have the lounges.
no.
Which one is the lounge?
I don't
No,
care.
not
if it's,
McDonald's.
I don't care if it's McCafe, okay?
No, not McCafe, but like, what about like Williams, the coffee shop? Williams, like coffee shops.
Williams-
Like, what about coffee shops? Like the
Coffee shop is
coffee house, coffees, pastries, and coffee. Actually, I had to talk in a quiet place.
Coffee shops are.
You know why? Because y'all don't get your belly full. That's why. That's a real reason. That's a real reason.
Wow.
That's a real reason.
Wow.
Y'all don't get your belly full when you have another coffee.
Wouldn't you want to know?
Coffee and
Nuh-uh.
tea and talk.
But wouldn't you want to know whether or not she has an eating disorder or not?
That's
You'll find that out while drinking coffee and tea. Oh, you don't like tea? Lactose intolerant? Okay, so pizza's out the question. Oh,
pasta.
you can do that mid-conversation while having a cup of coffee or tea and a bagel.
Not a bagel.
I don't know.
Not a bagel. I can't.
Well, was that considered fast food though? Like, I guess anything that has a drive-through is considered fast food. I'd consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be.
So Starbucks is out of the question.
No.
Some of them do have a drive-through. Wait.
Some of them do.
No, some of them.
Yeah,
Some of them do.
Especially in the States, they do.
Okay. Even here, Brampton too. So.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say.
All right, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ah.
I'll say no because I'll
As
say
a
no because
first date?
I don't like Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm just being.
She's like, I just don't like.
I don't see the point.
Okay, but like a
like
good wing
wings,
place
but-
in general.
Well, yeah, that's because they have Buffalo Wild Wings, and then the next one would be Wingstop. So,
Oh, that's.
what if she doesn't eat wings properly?
See, that might actually irritate some people.
Yeah, some people leave.
They leave so much meat
on the flat. On the flat, yo, you're like, what the
the
hell,
bone.
bro?
Oh, the
There's hardest meat between the bones. What are you doing? All this time eat. Yeah, look upon this. Look.
Not
Look.
on this.
Look. You're wasting my money. You're just getting drums for the rest of this relationship.
Yo, that's
Drums. I'm joking.
Crazy.
I'm joking. But yeah.
first date wings. First date wings.
I mean, if she likes it, cool.
It
But
could
I
be-
wouldn't as a first date.
That should be your plan E, not plan A. It should be your plan E.
Next
Yeah,
one.
it just gives me comfy. Like, that gives me comfy. We're comfortable now with each other.
Next one. Red Lobster. Red Lobster as a first date is
As a
fine.
first date.
I don't know what's wrong with you people. Red Lobster is amazing.
You know what?
Why do you
Red
guys
Lo-
do this?
Red Lobster is kind of greasy still, I can't lie.
Shut your.
Can't lie.
Yo, you want me to call you out here? Red Lobster is amazing.
I'm not saying
You know
no.
Okay.
You
but
know
it's
what though?
definitely.
You take her or him on a date like with the unlimited shrimp date or whatever. Ooh, first date.
But Red Lobster is out of the like so. Red
But
Lobster
that's buffet.
for first
Like a
date.
buffet, yeah, like a buffet date.
You
Yeah.
really take someone out on a first date to a buffet.
Hold on, you know what's funny? That's the next. That's the next one. But for Red Lobster is a no.
I mean, I would say yeah, but
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's like
I would just want to know why. But anyway, but buffet, I don't understand the buffets though. But if and here's the thing. Speaking of Red Lobster and buffet, some of you women, when I eat with y'all, I don't know where the food goes. Like, take you out to dinner, that's fine. But like, y'all be eating like you never ate like
In your life.
all month.
I mean,
And you try to do it with modesty, and it's like, no.
what do you think women do? Not eat?
I'm not saying that, but like,
Oh,
I told you we were going out for food
actually it's ribs.
the day before, and you eating like you prepped for this day 2 months ago. You're out eating me though. Like you're like,
But that's how women eat.
I just
Women
like
eat. That's the thing. So this is the thing. When we go out to dates, the etiquette that we're taught is don't seem like you eat too much.
I'm not saying
Have
that.
and order a salad. You know, just be modest and don't do too much. I'm hungry.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you can't eat, but like I just need to state the obvious that like
If I want a steak and a freaking chicken leg beside it, I'm gonna have it with the mashed potatoes and the asparagus.
mashed potatoes.
Wow.
Yes.
Mashed
And if I want
potatoes.
to have appetizer beforehand, I'm having it.
Hold on,
If I want the steak,
hold on. Y'all don't
the
get
steak
full up
fri-
off fries.
I guess
All right,
it's a
mashed
no.
potatoes. It is mashed potatoes. Mashed potato. So okay,
And I want dessert.
And dessert.
that's fine. Eat. I'm not saying you eat, but like.
But
y'all
you're
be,
shocked.
But y'all be, I be shocked when I be seeing someone be eating, yo.
What do you think this
Y'all
is?
be eat like, yo.
These,
I went to Red Lobster one time.
These are bodies that
Yo,
are preparing
I went to
for
Red
a
Lobster.
possible body to
Listen,
be
I
in
went
here.
to one of my friends.
Bars.
We
One of
gotta
my
eat.
friends, she know who she is. We went to Red Lobster one time. She was like, probably like 140, 130.
Yeah,
Bro, endless shrimp.
yeah.
And it was around the time they had like coconut shrimps and all this different shit. It was like tropical time or whatever. And then, I don't know, it was around that time. That's why I remember the coconut shrimp. Okay. Yo, she had the garlic, you get 2 orders the first time. Garlic shrimp,
Fire.
shrimp Alfredo.
Fire.
Pasta's heavy. She came back again with a shrimp Alfredo.
Oh wow.
Shrimp Alfredo. Pasta is heavy. Can we agree that pasta is a heavy thing?
It's heavy, yeah.
Like 3 Alfredos.
3 Alfredos?
Like 3 honey garlic. And still had enough stomach to try the coconut shrimps like 3-4 times. Listen, I tried to hang on until at one point I just had to tap out. I was just like, yo, you know when you start breathing, like if you breathe too heavy, you might just throw up. That's where I was at. So I'm like, I can't do this.
That's funny.
I stopped talking. I'm just, it's good.
Wait, this is on top of the biscuits.
Yes!
That's, wow.
It's on top of the biscuit. Taking the biscuit, dipping it in the honey, the garlic. And I'm like, yo, yeah.
Wow.
Biscuits are a cheat code. They want you to box off 2, 3, 4 baskets before the food comes.
Arguably, it was better than the food sometimes.
But like, I'm like, you eating. Lucky we were friends. You didn't have to pay for all that. But I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, yo,
Your bill is now $245.
No, it's endless shrimp. It's a joke. It's endless shrimp, so it's good.
But if just imagine if it was a la carte. Oh yeah.
Yeah, bite up. Next one, IHOP. Y'all don't like breakfast?
On a first date.
You don't like chicken fried steaks?
IHOP on a first date. That's more if you're comfy.
See? I
like that category. Yeah, you already have to be
you're comfy.
So first date, no.
No.
But like date after, yes.
Yeah,
if you're dating already.
Okay. Now here's a question. What if someone asks you what type of food you like and you pick one of these options and they say, okay, let's go there.
Right.
Isn't that just a smart decision? Or it has to be, no, you got to wow me for the first date.
It depends.
Especially if you don't know the person.
Okay, we're talking about a specific group of women, as you're saying. If you're saying like the average, maybe not the average, but I'm saying like some women, they were like, any of these options are great. I'm just happy enough that you even took me out. I just want to be out with you because I like you. That's it. Those women will appreciate just the gesture alone. That's it. Right? Fine.
Shout out to y'all.
But then you have the women who are like, this is not my regular. And I do not equate myself to this because this is regular. So now this is a class thing. And if you are there now trying to date somebody in this class, you have to recognize that these are no longer options that are regular to them. They are in a different field of restaurants.
Here's the thing. I'm not being an instigator when I say this. Is that lady class single? Most of the time, yeah.
Some of them are. But that's the thing.
Do you wonder why that is?
Well, maybe because they haven't found a person who is in the same class as them.
Are they in that same class?
Probably.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's very hard.
I hope so.
No, like it's sometimes
hey, you may be right. I don't know.
No, but the thing
is, these are questions I ask.
Okay, the reason why I say this, like for me, I'm okay with going to some of these things, right? But my experience, and I'm not saying that I'm one of these women where I say, don't take me to this, right? I'll go to Moxie's as a first date. I've been to Moxie's as a first date. I wasn't upset. I've been to Joey's as a first date. I'm not upset. I never been to these restaurants at that time. So
I didn't know Moxie's. Okay. Is Moxie's a bad thing now?
Moxie's is considered a bad thing. But
what? The white chocolate brownie?
Yes.
That's what? No, wait, stop. The white chocolate brownie is one of the GOAT desserts. People don't like the white chocolate brownie anymore?
It's not that people, they don't like it.
They just don't like the food.
It's just not a first date option. You can go there as your second, third, but not a first date.
If you're comfy.
Y'all don't like the dark ambiance?
That's just what it is.
Not really.
Okay. No, I'm just, I don't know. For me, I like the white chocolate brownie. I don't really go there for anything else.
But that's you saying that for your likings. You're not talking about from a date perspective.
Really?
Exactly.
That's not the first.
That's a different
So are you saying that I should go on dates not because of my liking at all? I'm talking about.
Shouldn't you be exploring?
I mean, sure.
Hey.
That's also kind of what it is too. The other part of it too is that.
No, you're right.
Are you type to explore?
I'm thinking about something we both like. We both
Right.
like,
Like
right.
come to agree. Yeah. That's
Come to let's
It may be agreement, but
two
it
things
also,
come out.
But you know what it is too? When guys pick certain restaurants, it also kind of says where they are. And again, this is talking on class. That's what it is. If you are going to this, like I remember this one guy, he took me to this place on King Street. Me now, I know infamously, any restaurant on King, you are somewhere in a class.
That's an assumption.
You're somewhere. Yes, that is an assumption.
Well, there's
But
King-
most times people will not choose King unless they are of, and I've been on a few dates. The people that I've been on dates and they've taken me on King Street, the assumption is very much accurate.
like King.
There is a class.
King in Bathurst, King in Dufferin. Then you go further.
Yeah, when you're over to,
King
like-
in Church.
Okay.
There's one there. There's
Okay.
a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the price and whatever. It's the same as like, okay, Lavelle. Lavelle is a first date.
I don't know what Lavelle is.
Okay.
That's defining,
Lavelle is a
that's
roof-
defining my class.
Lavelle is a,
Oh, actually, no,
is,
I've been
it's
there.
a
No,
rooftop,
sorry, I've been there. My bad.
Rooftop
I'm
one.
sorry. Whoops.
right?
Yeah. I
And
just-
off the appetizers alone, you'll probably spend like $200.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Probably by the time two people.
I was a guest in that.
But see,
situation.
this for me, like I'm more like, does it taste good? Like,
Yeah, it tastes great.
so it's $200 great.
It's great.
of greatness.
It's great.
Let me. Ooh,
And that's not because it's 200. It's great.
It is great.
It's
It's
actually great.
Copacabana a date place,
Yes.
but it's somewhat a buffet.
It is somewhat a buffet.
But it's a premium buffet
It's a premium buffet.
because you don't have to share tongs.
No.
You literally just go in.
And it's the way that they serve you too.
Okay. All right. Cool. Boston Pizza.
That can't even
I'm
serve.
just asking a question.
That,
I'm just asking a question. I'm thinking about Canadian franchises.
Comfy. That's comfy.
that
Okay.
can't even like survive.
That can't
here.
go on.
No, like
Boston
that-
Pizza?
No, they're like closing up everywhere.
Are they really?
The one in Dufferin Mall is like gone.
I like the Boston Pizza. And, I usually go to Boston Pizza for like sports events, like UFC and stuff, and get the panuki.
That's very comfy already, but for
Panuki, the pan cookie. You don't know about the pan cookie?
but like a first date thing, nah.
Okay. The gym.
As a first
As a
date,
first date, the gym.
the gym, that took me out. Like, I was like, wait, what are we talking about right now?
Church.
Actually, wait, hold on. The gym, as in like,
Workout together.
I mean,
And
if it's kickboxing, if you're punching the bag, that might be interesting.
If it's a class, then okay, fine. But
like
like,
a Zumba and
but weightlifting, and just squat right there.
get your reps in.
Just squat a little lower. Yeah, like. Just,
No, I think
just like
kickboxing would be blessed.
That. Just like that.
you know what?
Arch your
If
back.
it turns into like a,
It's kind of crazy.
if it turns into like a,
crazy stuff.
like I'm just gonna be a personal trainer.
What if you're dating a personal trainer?
I mean, if you're dating a personal trainer, that's a little weird to me. Still as a first date,
Okay. All right, cool.
you love the gym more than anything.
That's actually fun.
All right.
That's actually fun.
How about church?
First date
Well, no, that
depends
used
on
to
who
be,
you are.
that used to be like. Okay, so
The congregation
no,
now.
that used to be the congregation place. Yeah.
But that's the thing though.
Like what? Your high school sweetheart, your college sweetheart, and then what's the next big one? Church, and then your friend group. That's like the top four at one point.
Just maybe you bring them, make sure they don't combust in the flames. No?
So what's the next one?
They go to church or like, what if
Just next.
that's interesting. No?
They just converse in flames.
I'm talking nonsense.
No.
Be out here talking about witches. Okay.
No, I'm not saying, no, like, you know what I mean? What if they could sing? What if they could actually like,
So you get them ready for the
church so
congregation.
they know how to like,
Oh, like
Not
they're
the on
offbeat,
beat.
if they're offbeat, this, you're like, ooh.
But right off the bat, no. But then that's bad because then what happens if they're not of this? They don't practice the same faith as you.
No, I'm not
mean,
saying.
your
I'm
brother
not
find
saying
out
that.
real
That's what I'm
hard.
saying.
Not practice the same faith, but that's fine too. Understand? Well, that's what dating is, to get to know the person.
But is it not?
But I'm saying,
isn't that blasphemy at that point?
would you
No,
want to date somebody offbeat?
Because why would you be bringing someone who
No,
doesn't follow the
okay,
same
and
faith
that's-
as
and that's-
you
and that is
to
fair.
a different God?
That is
Isn't
fair.
that blasphemy?
But they can always say no. They can always say no.
But as
fine.
as an option, you're offering to
Would
do
you
that.
date someone that's offbeat?
Yes, I would date someone who's offbeat.
All right.
damn, that's crazy.
Okay.
I don't know if I can. Still.
I can help them get back on beat.
You
Like
sure?
yes, I've done it many times.
You sure?
Okay. All right.
Many times.
Why'd you ask if she was sure? That's
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
That's
Starbucks.
No, we already said this.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Coffee shop.
Coffee date. Coffee dates is really a bad date.
As a first date.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? Again, because social media has made it seem like
Why do we follow social media? All of them are lies. Everybody's lying on social
guys
media,
are like,
man.
oh, this is the fastest way to find out if she's a gold digger.
No, I don't even care about them type of something there. I'm just trying to talk.
You don't care, but we are talking about the mass.
Stop generalizing the masses.
The mass
Listen, my God. Okay. All right. Fine.
for these women.
Ice cream dates.
That's cool.
On a beach
You know what?
in
The
Santa
thing to
Rosa,
be honest about is like, that's
Having
like
a
a date.
margarita?
No. So that's like
in Mexico.
that's a dinner, movie, and an ice cream. That's like 3 dates. So ice cream is like the final.
The final.
Yeah.
Okay. Family functions.
Whoa,
I don't think that's a good idea.
As a first date?
First date, family function. Say to the family, if I had to go to a barbecue, you know how nervous I get when I go to people done barbecue, and you just it's like,
That's what I'm saying.
are you gonna fix my plate or am I gonna fix it? Who that nigga going to the trays? Like, bro.
Then on top of it, whoever is trying to then try and shoot a shot at the same person that you haven't even actually.
So who are you
wrapped in yet?
So who are you
That's
who are you
foul.
related to? Who are you related to here? Oh, you're not related to nobody. You're just a friend.
Imagine.
Oh, that's her friend.
That's your first date, and she finds a cousin or an uncle or whoever hotter than you.
Ooh, damn.
You didn't lock it in yet. Remember, that's your first date.
Don't do family.
Do it to yourself.
Don't do family.
But the
functions.
family should know that, hey, do not engage in
Don't
these
do it
type
to
of
yourself.
situations.
Don't do it to
They're
yourself.
part of the family in that type of way. You shouldn't think.
Don't do it to yourself. Period. Avoid it at all costs.
All right.
You're messing yourself up. Why?
So you're saying seal the deal, then go to the family function.
Yeah.
in 3 years after.
Yeah.
4 years after.
When you know that you are
You're gonna miss
committed.
all the barbecues.
When you're committed.
Nah, but-
They're gonna ask you, your family and aunties, and say, "Where's your girlfriend or boyfriend? Bring them over. Let's have this fellowship.
Or, but if every
Let's screen the person."
No, but every
Yes,
time you bring a girl as your first date, then your aunties or uncles or whoever is gonna be like, "Who's this next one? Who's this today?"
Who is this today?
No,
is
well, it depends
so
on the individual.
cock
And
blocking.
sometimes it's a
Oh my
joke.
goodness.
Sometimes that is a joke, but even if that's the case,
Or a joke.
That's not really.
Never a
if
joke.
that's a terrible
That's a
joke.
block
Never a
right there.
joke.
That's a block.
Real. When you
Does
hear
that happen?
from
That
auntie or
doesn't. That
uncle,
doesn't
it's
happen.
real.
Well, that's a red flag that
grandma.
you need to figure out now. Now you heard that. Now you got to be like, okay,
That's embarrassing.
oh, okay. Well,
Who's this one
you're,
today?
you're giving me perspective. You're giving me
That's
perspective.
a little wild.
First date, I'm gonna come meet your whole family. First off, there's no guarantee we are going to last. Second off, third off, I might see someone who's better looking and in your family. That's crazy. Fourth off, now I know the whole tea of your whole family, and do I actually want to be here?
Ooh.
Do I want to commit my life to the rest of this?
Well, you have a choice if you want to be there.
No.
If you don't want to, you run away and you run fast. You run fast. You run very fast.
Thanks.
You run. You see the bad family, you run fast. Because we all know what.
Yeah, so
Hey.
people listening out there, you gotta do that. You have to do that these
Your
days.
partner might be fine, but your family, the family around it, hey, that raised that partner, and that when the family tendency starts kicking in, woo, Lord. Okay, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, and etc. Netflix and chill, first date.
If it's in a mansion.
If it's in the, you're gonna watch TV for that.
One of those mansions that you go downstairs, they have the home theater.
That's funny. Okay,
I mean that.
I mean,
First date.
never mind. Somewhere that requires a long drive.
That is scary.
That's
all
very.
it is.
Just driving is like, oh, so you wanna? So where we're going? Oh no, it's gonna be 2 hours. We're going to Blue Mountain, like
Yeah,
two
like,
hours away.
That's crazy.
That's a more you're established already.
What do you like doing?
Yeah.
Right? That's weird. That's awkward.
Yeah, we're just gonna be in a cabin.
30 minutes into the drive, and you're like, we are not compatible. Thank you. Take me back home.
We got nothing in common. All I can see is you might just try to kill me.
That's another one.
We got nothing in common.
And that's even scarier if you realize you have nothing in common, and now it's awkward because you're like, how do I suffer through this whole ride?
That is a very awkward. What was that show? What it was like blind date? When they get paid to stay on a date longer or whatever.
It's one of those reality.
If they ever brought back, what is the show, Next? Remember that show Next? Where it's like the one guy and there's like 4 girls in the car, or one girl and 4 guys in the car, and then you come down and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win, and then it's like you could keep the date going or you take the money for staying as long as you can on the date. So sometimes those people will go out the door and then she's like, next, but then they see $0. The man goes back on the bus in defeat.
Wow.
Sometimes you'll be in the date and it's like, oh, you drank, you didn't use a straw, next. Beep. Then the next man comes and continues the date.
How dare you put your mouth on the glass?
Oh, what? Next.
What?
$45 down the drain. Or at the end of the day, you'd be like, oh, I don't want this. I'll take the money.
Just off the rip, just...
Yeah.
Right?
It's crazy.
So far, half this list is like, you should already be dating, you should already be compatible.
Yeah.
And then the other half is like, yeah.
So 7 more. Just 7 more. Bowling.
Bowling's...
The first
one of those
date.
dinner movie.
Yeah. I'd rather do pool.
I feel like this is a youth thing.
Yeah. I'd rather do pool than
You're
bowling.
in your teens.
Pool is
just
fire.
stuff. Early 20s, that's okay.
I'd rather do pool than
Pool,
bowling.
I'll do pool. Pool is fire.
Because you'll be talking, you know, 1 second, you jump.
But you know what it is?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? It's avoiding competition.
Huh.
Because the last thing you want to see is somebody competitive. You guys get really competitive, especially if you're good.
No, but sometimes you don't.
Ooh, baby.
Sometimes you don't have I like natural competitiveness.
Yeah, but there's
not like
some guys cannot stand when you are actually good at it.
And that's
especially,
unfortunate.
I've been on a date when we went to go on play
and
pool.
you were smoking them.
The man was like, oh, let me teach you. I said, no, it's okay. He's there trying to come and be cute and be behind me and like, this is how you knock it, da da da. And I said,
I know what
you can show me. Okay, got it. Man's hand was off. It was shaky. He couldn't even level the thing properly. And he didn't even know how to roll the thing to see and pick the right thing.
So you smoked him.
So, yeah. I
upset?
came through and the man's like, oh, so you're a shark. Oh, so you know how to play. Oh, da da da. Why did I bring you here then? Because you thought that you were going to win and be Mr. Champion out of this. And I was just going to be like, oh my God, this is so great.
Sometimes, man, you just got to lose, yo. Sometimes you got to learn to lose, yo. Gotta learn to lose, yo.
That is sometimes it's the ugliest trait too, to see.
Yikes. Oh.
Damn.
Nightclubs.
Oh.
All right. Hookah. Let's get the hookah.
Herpes, man. Nah, that's crazy.
Bars for just drinks.
But
I
guess bars. Okay, some bars have drinks and.
Yeah, some bars are just for drinking.
You don't want no sliders.
As a first date, I feel like it's a little intense because it kind of gives that speed dating kind of feel. Why are you drinking that much? First off, and if you sip on the one drink, we're gonna talk for 4 hours and just drink. I'm hungry now.
That's more of like
that is funny.
That's more of like a happy
hour. I have a whole empty stomach. We'll be here for 4 hours.
Trust me. Enjoy
drinking beers.
That's like a happy
I need chips
after work.
That's what I'm saying.
That's funny.
It's not really a date thing though.
Not a date. Like it's like we're not eating. We're not really talking. Look, sure, we could talk for the 4 hours, but like I feel like this is very much alcohol induced, or the aim is for be alcohol induced.
Okay.
And it also kind of gives that feel of like, oh, let me get her drunk. And then I could take her home.
And then yikes. The other one would be Waffle House, but what would I be a Waffle House? Like Denny's, Perkins?
For us.
Perkins.
What is our Waffle House?
I feel Denny's.
Yeah. I think Perkins too.
I don't know what Perkins is.
Perkins, Martin Grove, and Dixon, that green place, Perkins.
Oh, no, I gotta go.
It's right beside the hotel. I don't know if you like it.
Tiger, what's his name? Tiger Woods used to eat there. Well, he was cheating on his wife.
Oh.
But anyways,
Wow. See, but he was comfortable.
Because no one goes into Perkins.
No one goes into Perkins.
I didn't even know this existed. So now I'm gonna go.
Just off the...
Off the grid fast food, off the grid restaurant, Perkins.
Yeah, Waffle House, yes.
The Waffle House?
Oh, I never been into Waffle House. I never thought to go in there.
That's a good like after basement jam, after party type of thing.
It looks like that.
But first date, no.
Sports events, first date.
Depends on our seating.
Ooh.
Yeah.
First date.
Depends on the seating.
Okay. So, in regards to seating,
like if I'm in the nosebleeds and this is the first date.
Oh.
What was that anger? What if in like the skybox? The thing box.
If it's a skybox, yeah, that's fine.
Watch out, you'll slip on the floor.
Or even if I'm like on the first level.
First levels.
Doesn't mean I have to be all the way in the front, but first level.
Does it have to be a sport that you like?
Preferably.
Okay.
You know, like if we both enjoy football, I would love that. You know, and soccer, yeah.
We can really hear the crunch of someone's skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see the dust fly up and almost hit me in my face if it's baseball. Like
that's
when he slides.
I feel like baseball is boring.
What?
Baseball just looks boring. It looks better playing it than
baseball is very good.
It's actually very fun.
Yeah, it's
entertaining.
But watching it,
oh, they caught it. Okay.
It's entertaining.
Watching it is kind of.
Both of you.
Maybe
whatever.
like playoffs. It's probably interesting.
Whatever.
But just like, take me out to the ball game.
I enjoy it.
And it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
See,
Wow.
if my guy took me to the baseball game, I'd be so happy.
You gotta be black and sing it in parts. 1, 2, 3, ready. Oh, wait, nope. Oh, ball. Nope, that's not it.
What are you
What's
talking
up
about?
in my head? Like, you know, you people sing songs in parts.
In rounds?
In parts, like bridges, like you.
Like
soprano, alto, tenor.
Yo, ball.
Yo. Oh, say, can't you see?
That's so crazy.
I'm asking. Oh, Canada.
Oh gosh. What's the next part? Is that the last one?
Oh, man.
That's too much flavor. We in Canada.
No. Our home on native land.
Yeah, and I'm saying that's too much flavor.
Maple syrup. True patriot love on all our sons command with your hearts. Lord.
Yo, Lee. The
Our
rock.
true north.
No, true north.
Yo, Lord. Our father, oh Canada, we stand for it. Yo, that'll wake you up. Wake up.
Holy.
Wake you up.
I'm here for it.
You remember nothing when high school, when you heard like 2 bells and the one bell, everybody's running before national anthem, running down the hallways. It's like, please stand for the national anthem. All right, stop! Stand!
Yo, that was like red light, green light in the hallways.
I was waiting for the teacher to turn around. I was in class. I wasn't late. I came
right
before the national anthem.
Yo, it's
I was right here. I had to stop. You weren't in the classroom. I was right here.
Miss, my head was literally.
Just
Yo, so they just to slide in and just. Yo,
Kick a foot out and be like, yo, I'm here, yo. I'm here.
Stand on guard. Stand, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
So wait, so hold on. So wait.
That was it for
The list.
That was it for this?
a fete. Take first date to a fete.
No.
That's
No. Especially if it's a powder and oil one. No.
First date to Carabana.
Man.
No.
Wait a minute.
No. Unless you're getting the costumes, no. No.
A first date in Carabana is crazy. Stuff.
Unless it's the costumes, no.
First date. I don't know.
Because Carabana and you're getting costumes and it's the
You know what was a cool date place I went to? It was like an arcade place. It was like a smaller arcade.
Ooh, was it go in the dark?
Yes.
I think I know which one.
It's
Is
a
it
very
downstairs?
It's like there's one there's downstairs, but there's another one that was like, it's like,
Yeah.
I think it was like $5, but it had like all the old retro games.
Yes. And it's blackout. You don't even know what time it is.
It's nice. It was a nice little.
Yeah. See, but I feel like that's someone who's a little nerdy would enjoy that.
Yeah.
Someone who's not. I don't know what kind of women these women are per se,
Even I don't know.
but if I
You want to take their pictures before they eat.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know?
food get cold because you're trying to find angles.
Exactly.
Yo,
Maybe spending the money a little bit.
Liquor mores.
yo, I think I was shooting something when they were with. Was I shooting something? I was on set for something, and the guy's like, "Yo, I have a girlfriend that just shoots all types of angles on the food. The food gets cold. I'm just there hungry, and I'm like, yo, that is a real thing.
Dang,
That's a real thing. Like,
you need to tell her to move faster.
That's sometimes that doesn't work.
You
You ever tell a woman to hurry up?
Yeah, move faster.
That cuts the time.
Nah,
that doubles the
'cause
time
you know what?
sometimes. When you say,
Okay.
"Can you hurry up?"
Here's
They slow down on purpose.
You don't say it like that. You say it like this. Hurry up faster. You say it in the sense, babes, you need to capture this a lot quicker so you can still get the steam off the food.
I'm not talking about the picture. I'm talking about just can you get ready?
Get the aesthetics of it.
I'm talking about just like, we gotta go somewhere. We're going to be late. You told me to come here to pick you up at like 5:30. It is 7:20. And we have to get there. Like, I don't even know if the door's open anymore.
I'm rolling. That's theater. Those are theater rules.
I don't deal with that anymore, but like, Lord.
Please be on time out there for those watching. Please be on time.
If you're not late for work,
ooh,
it's recreation.
Oh,
why you were late to work on this relationship that we're trying to build?
Wait, no. Sometimes we're even late for work too.
You know what? Sometimes you can't even. Yeah, if that's the case, then
that's crazy to me, man.
I'm just gonna suck my.
Oh, are you one of those people that are late? Are you? Is this an intervention that we need to process?
Oh, no.
That's not it.
Surprise interventions.
Oh, it's just the other way around.
No, I'm usually late, but like for recreation, but not for work. Mm-hmm. But it's just the fact that it's
Why is that?
It's a process. It's a process. You know, you take more care and dedication into how you appear and how you're presenting yourself for this person.
And you can't do that an hour earlier?
Because you're doing everything else.
Okay.
If the days off that I have off, I'm running around doing my errands, and then we're going to go out, I got to still do my errands and cut into the time.
Okay, that's fair.
But
let it be the way it flipped around. Let it be flipped. Yo, this nigga's always late. I'm tired of these men, man. These guys be late.
I mean, but would she really complain if the bill's covered every time?
Oh, probably not.
Exactly. That's the difference. If
I'm not.
If she was covering the bill,
nah,
of course.
some
even with the
bill covered, they'll have like a spat with you and everything, you know.
You're always making me late.
Sometimes I feel like doing a Ray Romano and just leaving. And be like, just leave there.
Let me ask you a question.
Just get there and just be like, yeah, just come when you feel like or something.
Coming in 2 cars.
What?
That's the Ray Romano.
Ray Romano coming in what?
Coming in 2 cars. Because if you're taking too long, he's like, I'll meet you there. Because he's not going to be late.
But what if she's like, no, we got to go together. You don't want to go together with me?
No. Hey, man.
You don't want to say no. You don't say no to those things.
Why?
What?
Clearly, this relationship is fragile. But anyway.
It's not about being fragile.
Like glass.
Hey, wait, hold on. Whoops. Whoa, wait, whoa.
Like certain people's...
Some people want to do things together.
That's so
sweet. A whole day together.
That's nice.
It's true.
Understood.
It is true.
If this is chronically an issue and you're chronically upset about this or frustrated...
Now, what do you consider chronically?
All the time.
Because sometimes we gotta, sometimes we gotta weigh the scales. Like, sometimes our late is different than y'all late.
Word.
And it's like completely different. Like, the whole guy math, girl math?
Yes. Which is hilarious. That trend, that was very funny.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a shift. It's a shift in, in I guess, what would you call it? The patriarch? Or what would you call this thing? The patriarch? What's the term y'all use when you try to justify the wrongdoings? What's the word?
Not the wrongdoing.
Tradition?
No, I get it. It's the patriarchy.
Culture?
It's the patriarchy.
Okay. All right,
that's the system. The system is the patriarchy.
How come some complain about the patriarchy, but then get with a certain type of person, and they just continue
That enforce the
The
patriarchy.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna set yourself up so you're not having to. You're setting up yourself with the
For the
privilege.
same patriarchy that
That's
you
it.
don't like.
Yeah, because you got to be on the benefiting side.
Oh, that makes so
Oh
much
wow.
sense.
But okay, at least that's honest.
That
Jeez.
makes, I guess that makes so much sense.
Why be on the side that's gonna be suffering? You know, you get with the person, so it's you're benefiting.
Damn, that's honest.
So basically a business.
Basically, that's what
The
the
harsh
picture.
reality.
that was so honest.
I was like, Lord, have mercy.
So wait, because
Y'all lost your souls.
no,
You lost your soul.
because someone's not benefiting
That's
it.
the system.
You hear certain
The system.
Yeah.
The system.
That's the,
like
the
you-
male system.
like you
What
hear
was
like
that poetry? What was it called? The system? The system in something.
Wait, hold on. Like you'll say like the system's da 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 da, but then you get with the architect of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like
Mm-hmm. So you could benefit. It's the same as being
that's crazy. That's
the,
crazy
the
stuff.
oppressor versus the oppressed, right? You be the oppressed, and you're not benefiting.
So you're
So
basically
you go into the space where the oppressor is, and you become the oppressor.
like Samuel Jackson and Django.
Exactly. So then it's like, I want to benefit. So it's better that I do this, even though I'm selling my soul and selling myself out. But I am gaining more benefits.
But what the Bible says, what profits you to gain the world and sell your soul?
This is true. This is very true. But then that also means that you will have to then continue to suffer for the rest of your life.
Suffer in righteousness,
Yeah,
I guess.
damn,
that's the choice.
You know what, guys?
damn, that was actually. But he's the only one that said was honest about like, look, you're not on the winning side. I'm just gonna go over here. That's a little.
That's it.
So what happens when that person becomes a winning side?
Who?
I guess the
The
right
oppressed?
side, the right side in history. Like, what if like there's a shift? Like, what if? Because you know, not everybody's gonna be losing their whole life in that situation.
This is true.
They might upgrade and become that person that
This is true.
that surpasses things.
But then that means that they've also assimilated to something to be able to get there.
she's saying that the. Wait.
The sense of compromise, the
Yeah.
sense of soul taking in
Yeah.
order to get what they need to. I don't think so.
So if they upgrade, they have to do something to like assimilate.
Yeah.
But then
So not everybody have to bend over to upgrade.
They're not bending over, they're assimilating. So now they are now saying that I am a part of this and this is a part of me. They're not saying I'm kissing ass. Two different things. That's a mindset thing.
But wait, but the person that
This shit sounds so much more like, sorry to curse, but this sounds a lot more like deeper with the raspy voice. You notice that it just sounds more pungent. It sticks a little more. You're like,
it's no, but it's like okay, but if they go with the architect of it, isn't that the same thing they're doing?
No, they would just adopt certain characteristics.
Whoa,
as-
you put a thesaurus on me. Hold on.
let me ask you a question.
So adopt and assimilate.
So when it comes to people saying what they want to do,
Aren't they cousins of words?
They are cousins.
So aren't the two parties doing the same thing?
No,
What do you mean no?
they're not. So okay, for example,
I feel like only women can get this off.
nah.
Like, what's semi-wet and wet? Isn't semi-wet still wet? It's wet and dry. This was
Okay.
decades.
Hey.
This word, semi-wet. There's no such thing as semi-wet. It's either wet or dry.
No. Okay. Here's the example. So if twerking is the culture,
Okay.
Okay.
right? Black women, they twerk. There's something about black women that twerk, especially if they have a fuller bottom and the movements. And we say the rhythm if they're on beat, all these things, right?
Right.
Okay. They are the architects of twerking, let's say. Then you have Twerk Nasty or Twerk Nastasia or whatever her name is. She's a white woman. She adopts some of the things of twerking in the sense of the booty shaking, but she doesn't adopt the figure that is associated with the culture. She doesn't adopt. She adopts the being on beat, but she doesn't do the music that it would be for the culture. So in the sense of the system itself of twerking, she's assimilated, but she has adopted some parts. But she will now do twerking in a different degree, a different way. It's still twerking, but it's just different.
So your example is...
So it's like hip-hop nowadays where you have the drug dealer back in the day, but now you have the drug users, but it's still somewhat the same but different because it's drugs?
Yes. The culture itself is still circled around drugs, drug usage, period.
So back in the day, drug dealers was a cool thing. Now it's drug users is a cool thing.
Exactly.
Some people will deem that as terrible, but, you know, hey, what do I
drug
know?
culture is still the same.
Who am I trying to be intellectual?
Who's benefiting?
Who am I trying to be intellectual in these type of situations?
I still think they're the same thing. Like whether someone borrows something and does something different.
I mean, how they apply it may be different. Just because one person does it, they may be overdoing it and abusing, but the other person, when they deliver it, it's actually amazing.
So it's like listening to one person, two people are saying the same thing, but I rather listen to this one person because of how they accommodate or how they
approach it, how they maybe distribute it, how they actually execute it is different. Same thing, just done differently. Or like, you ever have a teacher, for example, math teacher, one math teacher, same math. One teacher will tell you how dumb you are. The other teacher will actually be like, I see where you're at. Let's work on this. Same math though. But you would go to the teacher, or you may be even more in favor of the teacher who's like, let's sit and do this, instead of the one who parades you and just gives it to you.
There's some teachers that were shady. They'll look at you remember the teachers back in the day? I seen it on a meme. The teachers that would look at your page. Just so you guys know, just for the class, 1 + 1 is not 5. It's like, damn, you're just gonna out me in front of everybody. You could have just walked 2 steps and thinking it was another student. You went to my page and look and just.
Amen. Yeah. So that's basically the patriarchy. So some people, it's not benefiting them.
I remember this person used to cop the play. I didn't realize this person was doing the play the whole time. You had to pay the test down before, so everybody has the same time. This person will pull the test up and write their name. I was like, I'm writing my name. And I'm like, no, you're looking at the questions early and I'm like, oh, that's the play. And like, no one really realizes. I'm like, hey, wait, hold on. That's how you know you were a kid, just didn't know any better until you realized.
That's funny.
I'm just writing my name. Some sneaky, That's some sneaky.
I guess we can wrap up today.
Yeah.
In depth. The moral of the story for your dating, if you're trying to set a date up and based out, like, you guys can go date wherever you want to date. You guys can choose whatever you want to choose.
Just know who you're dating.
Just know who you're dating.
It really comes.
Just know who you're dating, and like understand that, hey, you know what? Some people want McDonald's fries. Some people want high-end. There's a difference between fries and sweet potato fries. Okay?
Okay.
Some people want two different things.
And parm fries.
Some people want just mashed potatoes. Some people want roasted garlic, onion, mashed potatoes.
They don't even say mashed potatoes. They say mash.
Mash.
Thank you.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Some people want well-done steaks. Some people go to a place where they don't have well-done. They don't. It's unforgiving. It's an abomination to the kitchen, to the restaurant.
Medium.
It's called medium. No more, no less.
That's it.
You don't use your normal knife. Use a steak knife. Don't disrespect the facilities.
The cutlery.
The cutlery. You know, some people want just wooden fork.
A wooden fork.
Or spork. And some people just want like the cutlery and the napkins and all that stuff, you know? It's just, you gotta choose who you gotta choose. And you gotta choose if you can afford that for the rest of your life as well. You can't start with Licklemores and then go downhill, because they're like, you know, your first impression's the best impression according to society and people.
But then on top of it,
don't even subscribe to that anymore.
Then on top of it, it's what you start with is what you have to keep with for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Because then at that point, you remember, that's the level that you're saying I'm at. This is my everyday. So if you're going above your everyday, then the impression after that is going to go. Mm-hmm. You're just falling.
That's why there's so many troubled actors. They get a hit show.
And they chase the hit.
They chase the hit.
Chasing a high.
And then they don't get the successful show, and then they get into this nasty loop of ups and downs.
And they do desperation just to get that high.
Yeah. Right?
It's unfortunate, right?
Musicians.
Shout out to OnlyFans. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I am joking. I'm joking. I am joking.
Just as we're exiting, the recession's so bad right now, which they won't call it a recession. There's like there's women that do it on they promote on Reddit, right? They're saying it's like, no, it's rough out here. Like no one's buying my monthly anything. I got to do more.
Yo, I did not know that those women that are on Fresh and Fit. Funny how the flip, you know, on Fresh and Fit.
Right.
And, you know, they're like, you know, they go on like they're the top guys, and all these alpha males are going on Fresh and Fit saying, you know, bun these gals or whatever. They'll have a pretty girl on there that has a OnlyFans, and they disrespect her and whatever, but her OnlyFans goes up. Mm. That's her viewership. That's the thing from alpha males. Mm. The OnlyFans goes up. And she said, yo, I'll go there again and make another money. They took pictures of what they did, how much they were making before, went to Fresh and Fit, and they make like double the money. That goes to show who's the real alpha males, and not like alpha males, but like, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of interesting that happens, right?
I find it, okay, now that you're...
I'm not trying to like bring it into a big comment, but it just shows that, hey, there's a lot of people faking the funk out here.
That's got to be discussed one day, because like, you notice how they're easing in like workers with every popular streamer you could think of? Why is that?
Because it's a part of the culture.
Even I guess people are just embracing the work culture. Yo.
See?
In gaming, I would say no.
No, I'll say
gaming,
yeah.
Anything they are.
I'll say the women gamers.
But like I'm saying, like that was injected in.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
There's some working girls that are playing video games. They don't even play well, and they're doing their thing.
This will be discussed later.
I just read you something about what's it, Amarath.
Just know.
That's okay. But like, there's people that they're making their money streaming, and you know there is what's it called? A cultural. Yeah, there's a following for certain type of things, and you know some things are bigger than others.
You know what it is? It's because the girls that looked a certain way, that's what started that culture. In there, it was the understanding that there's a difference between a girl who looks this way and does this. Comes together, it's like...
You ever played video games before, and then when you hear the one girl on the mic says like, oh, hey, right. Like, and it's like...
Thirsty, dude.
Bro, you thirsty? Yo, bro, I was playing Overwatch one time, and I'm just playing to win. And there was like 4 girls in the stream, in the game, and they're talking about a relationship. I muted my mic, and I was just playing the whole time. And they're talking about the relationship the whole time. I'm assuming they were streaming.
Right.
But I'm just like, there's men out here that will be on the prowl for them type of something there.
Right.
Oh, so you're a girl gamer? What games do you play? Ooh, your voice.
And then
what do you look like?
Some guys go for... it's a fetish for some guys where it's like they get beaten by a girl by playing.
Right.
And they're like, oh, they look at that as her intelligence, her reflexes, her ability to know gameplay, all that stuff. That's what they get attracted to. So it becomes a whole thing. Trust me.
Dominate me in domination. You know, Call of Duty.
I'll leave you with this. I think I was telling you one. I was telling you about the one girl that tried to dox the next man. Tell me why she was faking her gameplay. Anyways,
there's a lot of them faking their game with Nadia.
No, but it's...
There's a bunch of...
You calling the girl's name.
There's one, yeah. There's one. She got caught up. She got banned already.
See, like...
They tried their...
Someone will be off-screen doing this, and they'll just be acting, playing.
You'd be surprised.
And the same person you mentioned earlier...
Yeah, that's a whole... That's
it's a whole thing.
There's a lot of people, and then some people get caught streaming. They're cheating on stream, and their streams get shut down mid-stream. And them something there, and then just have to just delete their whole life. Like, their stream life.
I'm telling you,
like, streaming is a thing.
It's a whole...
But anyway...
But anyways, yeah.
Do you guys have anything to plug?
Yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram at thenerdzz, THENERDZZZ, and follow my photography page, ZZZ.studio, TOZZZ.STUDIOTO.
Del Nigiro, DLNIJIRO. Instagram, Titter. I said Titter. I mean, sometimes Titterness happens on TikTok, but Instagram, TikTok, and I forgot the last one. Twitter, yes. I was gonna exit out there before I do another weird fraudulent slip.
You can follow me at J Hunterville at Instagram, Twitch. Lupus is on Twitch. I just seen something. I don't know if this is true. I just want to say this. Allegedly, a man in a wheelchair forced to crawl off Air Canada flight for not being provided wheelchair service. Air Canada, do better. Allegedly. Air better.
Forced off to crawl.
Because they don't have wheelchair services. Air Canada, do better. Please. There's a lot of things that have been happening with Air Canada.
Since COVID, like...
They've been... Hey, man. Stop. Please. Please. Anyway. Yeah. Follow us on... Wow. Have questions, concerns, complaints, send to askthevent@gmail.com. We are on all streaming platforms. If we're not, let us know. We'll be there. Yeah. Just, I mean, if you're in a relationship, make sure you're dating, all the time. Don't be stagnant.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Learn to, like, wow or judge your partner so it doesn't become like a stagnant relationship. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people get tired very easily. And as you grow as individuals, have the relationship grow. You know what I mean? And learn to think, because you might learn, the person you're with might not, you met might not be the first person, might not be the person you're with in a year, 2 years. You know, you have to learn to adapt in that situation if you love them enough.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I mean? Because, you know, the girl you're with now is different when the girl with a baby, pregnant, girl with a baby, or a girl going through struggle, or a girl going through success.
I heard there's 4 different sides. You get the spring side, you get the summer, the fall, and you got the winter. All different faces. Then you have the baby, that's 5. Then you got the midlife crisis, that's 6.
Well, Lord, I didn't say that. I was thinking that, like, there's probably different sides, like to have, to hold, to rich, the poor, the sickness and in health. You know, all those ones in the wedding vows, all them type.
In a way, that's actually in a way, yeah.
And dealing with all of them, because you know they're a mess. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. You guys be safe out there in these streets. This is The Vent. We out. Peace.
Wash your hands.
God. Yo.